AdventureWorks is a free sample database for SQL Server, and in this video we're going to install, or to be more accurate, restore it on our SQL Server instance and see what we can do with it. So the first step would be to land on this official page that has some valuable information and of course the actual backup file. So there are a couple of prerequisites, of course. First, we need to have SQL Server installed, a SQL Server instance. And second, to have SQL Server Management Studio to be able to interact with the database. I have a video for this setup prerequisites. I'll put a link in the description. Okay, the first decision we need to make is what backup file do we need?
So here we have three options for the backup. We have the standard OLTP, which is the most used version. It has the entire structure of objects and the data. We have the data warehouse option, which has mostly data for reporting purposes, data and objects. And we also have a lightweight version of the first backup database, the first sample. And this guy has probably much less objects and data inside. So we're going to choose the first backup. And while this downloads, a couple of words about these versions. So if you have on your local machine or on the server you plan to restore these databases, a version, for example, like SQL Server 2012 or 2016, you might want to choose a backup that is equal or less than the version you have on the SQL Server instance. And that is because there is this concept of compatibility level, which might trigger an error in case you have, for example, a SQL Server 2016 instance and you want to restore 2019 backup. Okay, and next in this page we have the steps to accomplish this restore from the UI and from via a script. For this exercise we're going to use the UI, and let's see if the download is complete. I think it is. Right click on the database node, restore database, and from this screen we choose as source a device, in this case a backup file, adding the backup file. Of course we need to navigate to the location where the download is done. In this case this is my location, selecting the file, okay. And now here we have the option to change the name of the target database. I like to have it a little more customized. In this case, it's a straightforward practice name that we can choose. Okay. So now the database was successfully restored, and we can see it under the databases node. We can navigate a little under the tables node, and here we can see that this is quite a complex database. It has more than one schemas, the default DB01, and now we have human resources schemas and its tables, person schema, and so on. Let's see if this has data inside. We'll select production.product table, and imagine that having all this data here, you can have a lot of practice with queries and so on. I hope you found this useful, and thanks for watching.